Okay, welcome everyone. It's Wednesday, August 16th, and we're here to share some new information on our incredible journey with CollectDirect. Hi, my name's Don Carson. My wife Nancy is here with me in our lake home, and we're happy to share exactly what's going on. First of all, let me just give you a couple of highlights of what we've been going through as we look at August 1st to August 16th. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow you're going to start seeing what's called a scorecard. You're going to see the volume populate. You're going to see the ranks that you've achieved, and you're going to be able to see how, in fact, the commissions will be paid to you and what that amount is that's owed to you. Now, for some of you, you've done a couple of things, okay? There's three ways you could have joined, and this is where our problem has been when it comes to some of the processing for those of you that want to do a sample order, right? Okay, I wrote it down because our coder gave it to me today. He said, well, ultimately, we've got people that came in as an early bird, right? And that's one user. Then we got people that actually came in as an early bird that populated it with a password, right? And then we got this new shopping experience when we put credit card processing, and people now are trying to upgrade with their credit card. Well, look, blame me. I don't care, whatever. We had to get the August off and running, and we had to test. So the sample packages will eventually go away. When the quantities run out of every SKU that Dave and his team has created, it will go away. So here's the landing page for us in August. My personal opinion, 2 people on your left that were to buy the samples and 2 people on your right that were to buy the samples. Your group volume or group G quality volume would be 400 from those 2, which is 200 each, and 400 on the other side, which is 200 each. And now you are called a superstar collector. Now, why is that important? Because when we get to September 1st, our shopping cart opens. That mall opens. And when that mall opens, everything from $2.98 and up will be there for you to point, click, and share to your members and your customers. And that volume will populate and move you up to the rank you achieve as you reach that rank. Now, when you end a month at whatever level you are effectively that level for the entire month of September. So the highest you can get to through your own efforts, through the team, and so on, here in the next 2 weeks, I encourage you, because there's something I want to share with you about what Dave has planned. A regional event in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. It will be for superstar collectors and above. It will be, at this point, potentially opened up to the home run hitters, the home run collectors. How do you be a home run collector? You have one in your left and one in your right. Now, when I say one, that's all we have in August to share with you how to populate, how to be partners with us, how to really show us that you're in and that you want to be part of this. That's all. Now, if you choose to be a $9.98 member, congratulations. Your shopping cart will open for you just as it does for me, who bought the $2.78. Nothing's different other than when you point, click, and share, you're going to get paid a reward for your customers buying product. Same as me. It's just that volume now will have to populate to move you up the rank throughout the weeks of September. And when you understand the compensation plan, the higher the rank you are by the end of August, you know what? That opens up more potential for you day one when our shopping cart opens. I'm not telling anybody to go ahead and buy anything. I'm really not. I'm just saying to you, that's how this works. Only in August, while the quantities last, will we be able to buy a tax deductible, and I believe in my country, I know it's tax deductible, box of samples randomly selected. Some people are saying they got X, Y, and Z and they're super excited. Others are missing the next part of this equation. What if you're a superstar collector and you go to our first regional event? Well, guess what, folks? Dave is going to reward you at that event with a free dinner. Dave's going to cover that off with all of the things that are required for you to see how much commitment this man has, the gift giving he has in his heart to bringing the team to the next level as we go forward to 2024, when we go to our March official first massive convention for everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, this is by far the best vehicle I've ever seen for this man and his heart to open up his gift-giving ability. So imagine this. You get a couple of couple of sample orders on your left, get your QV there, and somebody else helps you out on the right. And before you know it, you are a superstar collector for all of September. And at the end of September, you are always going to be called a superstar collector forever, because that's your rank. But if you move down in rank for volume purposes, then you will get paid to whatever rank you're at. That's our system. So I wanted to share that with all of you because that's happening. I also said Canada just got shipped today. Folks, this company is a moving target of pieces being put together right before your eyes. And all of these things that are happening are there for us to benefit from come September 1st. Are we going to be perfect September 1st? No. Will we be perfect by October 1st? I hope a lot better. Will we be ready for holiday season? Yes. And that's when we all know gift giving goes through the roof. When you have a company that is putting millions and millions and millions of dollars in a shopping mall cart for you to point, click, and share, and all you got to do is say, go have a look, see what you can find, and if they buy anything, you get paid, you're in for the ride of your potential life. Guaranteed nothing. Don't say you're going to make a penny, but here's the thing. The philosophy of Collect Direct's ownership team and corporate management is to help more people make some money more often. That's it. That's all we can say. That means you might make $1, you might make $10, or you might make whatever you want. But our compensation plan will pay 100,000 US per week if all the ducks line up and you work your tail off and you coach and teach and build all of the things you want. We're paid in US dollars, we buy in US dollars, and it's open for that. So that's the next thing. Canada is shipping as we speak. The third thing that Chris wanted me to let you all know, okay, we're in the final stages of the compensation plan payouts to show up in your back office tomorrow. How you're going to select where you want the money to go, how it populates your credit wallet, and then you can direct that money where you want it to go. You'll start seeing that tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm super excited about that. That's our first actual payout. Now, if Canada and Australia happens a day later or 2 days later, I'm not worried about it because I know they're in the process of adding that to the payout feature, and we'll all be able to select where that money is going to go. There are many of you right now that haven't even paid $9.98. But here's the interesting thing. Somebody below you bought something. You don't get paid. You do not get paid if you've not at least become an official member at $9.98. Okay, so that's part of what you'll see tomorrow. It's our scorecard, it's commissions, what you got paid, and where you got your rank and where your next rank is going to be. That's all the things you're going to start seeing tomorrow as we populate and Chris works through it. Now, once we finish this last bucket of volume payouts tomorrow, then I can tell you right now, once that's out of the way, he told me that all the other things that have been on their docket, that certain things they got to correct on the shopping cart for the people that are struggling, from early bird to they locked in before they put the credit card, that's all going to be resolved next week. We want to give you all a chance before the end of August to go back, lock in your spot, and if you want to buy the sample order, go right ahead, okay? I'm super excited about the fact that we are being honest with you. We were never perfect when we started. We're not going to be perfect at the end of August, but we're getting closer and closer to the goal. And it's only because of you folks being partners to all of us and sharing. That's what I wanted to cover in terms of the housekeeping. And now I want to just open it up to a few questions. Folks, keep it positive. If you've got to be negative, reach out to me after, because that's not what I'm going to keep on this recording. I want you all to know one thing. We are in it to win it. And this is a teamwork, getting the dream work done for all of you. So let's go. Anybody got anything they want to ask me right now, or lead to me to be able to help you or support you in any other way? Mary Kay, Sean, go right ahead.
Is Mike Trout a member of Collect Direct? I heard that he was.
You know what? On this Zoom, I don't know if I could answer that question. I promise you.
I got a 10, Mike Trout. I thought that was cool, because Nancy said earlier, we're going to meet the people in the box.
Yes.
I'm just saying. Okay.
That's what Nancy said. Nancy, I love the way you put that. You're going to meet in the box.
Yeah, I just thought that was cool.
Sean,
all right, I'll see you.
I can say this. This is Dave's business. He has a whole pile of athletes that are autographing and part of this for the future. When we do our first big event in Vegas, they will be there with him. When we does his box breaks with his 1952 tops and other amazing unopened packages from, the 70s, 80s, 90s, and 1952 was when he has this one that could have the Mickey Mantles in there. When he starts opening those things, we expect millions to be on our podcast. And Sean, you know what? Will some of the folks that we are seeing in the boxes show up at these events? We know they will, for sure. Absolutely. So I'm glad you're excited, Sean, for sure. I see Jackie's hand up. Go ahead, Jackie.
Just a clarification, Don. What is it to be a founding member of Collect Direct? Is it the $9.98 or is it the $9.98 plus the $2.79 sample pack, please?
$9.98 is absolutely a membership for the company, but to be considered what we would call a stand-up and be celebrated person who decided to buy a sample package of assorted goods, that's somebody who paid this and bought the $2.78 random in August. I'm not saying that those other folks aren't a part of our team. They're absolutely part of the team. They've locked their spot. And by the way, your $9.98 keeps you for a year. Your position will never be purged for a year. And assuming you then go buy another $9.98 next year, you're never going to be purged out of our system. Hopefully that answered your question. David, go right ahead.
Thank you very much, Don. That was very informative webinar. And I got to tell you, the problem for me personally right now is I can't sleep already. The other night I sent a message out at 3, 4, 5 in the morning, and the guy I sent it to told me the next day, he says, "Dude, do you ever sleep?" I said, "Well, the more information I find out from this company and where we're going, the less sleep I get."
And you've been reaching out to me, David. I appreciate your kind words, continually kind words. You're an amazing man. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Folks, who's got another question here? Let's come off mute. If you've got somebody else without your hand up, let's see who wants to throw something in here to give this group who's here now a little bit of a feeling of where your feeling is about the future. Nobody else is excited. I can't believe it. That's great. Folks, let's touch on a couple of things before I see another hand go up. One of the questions that people are asking us is on auto ships and loyalty. Let me just say to you, we do not have an auto ship. We do not have a loyalty. In fact, we don't require you to buy anything other than the $9.98 membership for you to have an opportunity to earn commission. That's something that, let's just get that straight, okay? If you read something out there that says, oh, they have an auto ship, they have a loyalty. No, you get your volume from your team and your customers that is personally connected to you that counts for you as personal volume. That's how we reward you, is on the transactions that are being happening because you started it. Somebody has to connect the dot. It's like a tree from the ground. A branch grows, another branch, then a leaf. All of those connections are from you personally, and that's what we're going to celebrate with you as you rank advance. The volume will grow. So I just saw a hand up. Go right ahead and come off mute if you're still there. Go ahead, Robert. Unmute. There you go.
I just wanted to share my Goose Gossage autograph card that I got a couple days ago. And then Sean, I got a Mike Trout too. So I'm pretty excited about this stuff, man. Yeah, we got it here. So
you know what, Robert, you've been a friend of Dave's for a long time and you just know his passion. Have you ever seen this man so committed to anything ever in all the years you've known him?
He's out of his mind. That's all I can say. I mean, I have so much fun when I go there, South Dakota, and we go over to the casino and stuff, and he's playing his Keno, but he has a lot of fun, a lot of stress too, but he's got a lot of fun and just hanging. He actually brings my blood pressure down when I'm with him because my blood pressure is kind of high. But when I get around Dave, I have no worries. I mean, my blood pressure's dropped. I have a good time with him. You've seen it when we've been together at the conventions. He's a lot of fun, and he's a man of his word too. He'll take care of all of us. Treat him good.
And Robert, as I said to you, Robert.
What's that one?
There you go.
What is it?
Same thing you got, man. Gossip.
Yeah, that and that's an autograph. And folks, that's one of the gentlemen I believe you're all going to have a chance to meet. He spoke at our very last convention. Nancy, these athletes have a story. Could you tell a little bit of your feeling on the athletes and how they can connect with everybody? And folks, one thing I didn't say at my 15-minute before session that you could all share was that we're seeing the majority of people that are collecting and starting today is the youth. The youth get the time capsule approach. Personally, I believe when my box arrives, I'm not even going to open it. I'm going to put it in the closet, and I'm going to tell my kids one day, open it up and give it, or don't open it, give it to your kids. Who knows what's in there? That'll be a fun thing 20, 30 years from now that somebody can open up, and I can only imagine what that time capsule would look like. And it's just my philosophy. And so I've just passed it on to you. go ahead, Nancy. What's your thoughts on that athlete kind of speech and talk?
Well, for starters, I don't believe that you're not going to open your box. And if you're telling people that, then you're just straight up lying to yourself, because you will. You'll be so excited. There's no way you're not going to be able to.
It's okay.
I
We'll
just
get the
think
truth
that,
out of Nancy.
These incredible athletes, which Dave considers like really close personal friends, because he's created relationships with these people. And the stories that I have gotten to hear from the athletes that Dave has introduced us to, they have done some of the most amazing things in the world. They have achieved the highest standards in athleticism that you can achieve. And you get to have a magic moment where they share that story with you. And you're talking about a story in time that is never going to be experienced by anybody else. And I just think all of it is magical. I think talking to people that are at the height of the game, that are the best of the game that they've ever played, and the history that they have to tell you of what it was like to get there or what it was like to achieve that, is just going to be incredibly inspirational. And what inspires children more than trying to be the best version of yourself, and whatever version that is? I just think that this is an incredible platform for these people to share so much more that they have in their cup to pour out. And I just can't wait. And I'm looking forward to it with anticipation for our next event.
I agree with you, Nancy. And you've had so much experience listening and what you were just sharing there. And I have a lot of friends that played some pro hockey and so on. I've got some young athletes that are in this organization already. They see the future of where we're going with this. And folks, that shopping cart, when it opens September 1st, will be an amazing point, click, and share for you all to start off with. Anybody else want to come off mute here? I'm happy to share your thoughts with Dave tomorrow when he watches this recording.
Don, can I just go from the Aussie point of view in regards to how exciting it is from Australia? Like, my husband is an elite athlete. Like, he played his whole career as a professional athlete. And so traveling in and around his world and understanding exactly what both you and Nancy are alluding to, you see young kids. We can travel all over the world, and it just amazes me that people will stop him. He's turning 64 this year, and I go, they still remember him. And these are kids that are teenagers because they followed what the history is of what he was when he played. And the interesting part, just to add to that, is that, you know, I had some of his things redone the other day. So I had all of the some of his memorabilia that when he played, his last jersey that he played as a professional athlete. And so I had it reframed and put up. And whilst it was in being reframed, I had 3 items of his. And the amount of people that wanted to buy those items, and what the guy could tell me how much that they wanted to pay for that, was insane. But as we look as Australian sport, the Matildas played last night here, a global sport, and you're looking at where sport is just an icon for so many children coming through. But also, I listened to my 86-year-old father yesterday morning talking about the Matildas playing, that we have a platform of where people are looking from the past to the present, that have been in the past, and ones that are in the future, in the present now, and are looking back into the past. We've got something so unique. It is that exciting that I don't even think people really, I've got goosebumps as to the enormity of what Dave has brought to the forefront globally for us as we go.
Jackie, it reminds me, Nancy, you've seen so many fathers and their kids and mothers and their kids, and watching them, you know, do things that have brought you to more of a place of understanding yourself here. Maybe you can just give your final thoughts on that, and we'll end our Zoom recording in a little bit here. Go ahead, Nancy.
Well, I just said to you, when we were looking at this opportunity, and then we went to the airport, and I saw a father and a son in the airport, and they were just spending some time waiting for their flight. And the little boy was trading hockey cards with his dad on the side. And his dad was like, I'll take this one for this one. And he's like, no, dad, you don't have this one. You don't get this one. And I looked over and I said, this is what we're doing. This is what we are feeding ourselves into, that this is something that you can do with your kids. This is something that you can show them what a value there is to all of this. it's just going to be really incredible. And I think that it's truly a family-based business, and it's something that the kids can be just as excited about as you are.
I agree, Nancy. Well, folks, listen, I mean, there's no hands up here. I think you guys are all getting more and more excited about where we're going by September. Those of you that are going to try to rank advance between now and the end of August, go right ahead. Looking forward to announcing how many superstars actually are at that level and home run hitters at the end of August for all of you to read. And then look at that event that we're going to give the date of when that gets announced, and then the value you're going to get as well for being at that level later on. And then, of course, September, getting that free gift in the mail. This has been fun. Thank you so much. There'll be 2 recordings getting posted. You guys are amazing. I'm going to shut this off, and thanks for joining us. Thanks to you. And by the way, thanks for all my guests.